My bad. About to do another reaction for you. Tonight now, we're about to learn about all the cats explained. Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, where is he? I don't want to interrupt him. He's all asleep, right? Let me see if I can. I'm probably going to regret this, but. He's asleep in a pile of clothes right now. Don't judge me for having a pile of clothes on my floor. My cat likes to sleep in them. Be like, why do you have clothes all over? I'd be like, trust me, it's for my cat. Oh, setting this camera back up might be a bitch. Hold on. Yeah. But that was Smudge Cam. You know, always a shout out to my dog. Well, my cat, but he's my dog for real. But I feel like I gotta learn more about him, man. I feel like I'm doing a disservice not knowing more. So right now I'm about to get a crash course on his lineage, his history, all right? And we're all about to figure out everything about the cats, all the cats explained. Wow. But you know what we gotta do before we get into any reaction, which I forgot to get ready before. But right here, Mr. Barry the B Dizzle, boom. All right, let's get right into it.
When we made our video about the canine family tree and the accompanying doggone gorgeous poster, you all liked it a lot. But one comment kept coming up over and over and over again.
Exactly. Everybody always talks about the dog family tree, dog this, dogs are wolves, dogs that. I wonder what my cat gang.
When are we going to make a feline one? Well, your wish is our command. Because unlike cats, this is a
Obviously, if you'd like their poster, check out their poster.
respond to commands. Hi, I'm David, and this is Feline. This is a feline, and so is this, and so is this, and so are all of these kitties. Wild felines come in all shapes
Cat Nation.
and sizes and live all over the world. Plus, there are more than 500 million domestic cats. In this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of the amazing feline family, both wild and domestic, and show off the poster we made to celebrate them. Okay, let's start off with a few of our favorite extinct kitties. The largest cat to ever exist was likely Smilodon populator, a saber-toothed tiger who weighed roughly half a ton and had canine teeth up to
1,000-pound cat, bro. Imagine seeing that in the wild, like an early human, and you gotta see that in the wild. That'd literally be like, that'd be terrifying. It'd be like a monster, bro. I couldn't even imagine.
11 inches long.
That's like running into a bear now, honestly. Maybe even a little bit bigger than some bears. Like, that'd be fucking terrifying. And it's on all fours and can sprint and shit. Hell no. That's like the Siberian tiger they had at Baki, bro. But like, because that one was ripped. Obviously, that's more ripped than the tiger. This is really what it is. Oh god.
Its massive teeth allowed it to take down big prey, including bison and giant ground sloths, likely with just one bite to the throat.
It was taking out giant ground sloths. Bro, I think people underestimate. I'm gonna pull this up really quick, bro. People underestimate how big giant ground sloths were. Like they were really like pretty much the top predator in the area when they were there. Like they were fucking shit up. Like this thing, and I know it looks crazy, but they were fucking shit up. Trust me. If you were fucking with a ground sloth, you were one of them ones.
One of my favorite extinct felines is the American cheetah, which used to live all over the US until it died out soon after humans arrived. It wasn't closely related to the modern cheetah, and it was a lot bigger, but it was probably almost as fast, which helps explain why its favorite meal, the pronghorn, is still the second.
There's cheetahs in America, bro? Did we hunt? Is that another one of those things we hunted to extinction, bro? Damn. Or it says till 16,000 years ago, so maybe it wasn't us. Well, I don't know, bro.
The fastest mammal in the world today. Let's go back a little farther in time, 30 million years ago, to meet Proilurus. It looked kind of like a mongoose and likely lived up in the trees, hunting birds and rodents across most of Eurasia. But it was the very first feline.
It was a tree cat? The first cat was a tree cat. So you're saying cats were birds. That's what I'm getting. Cats were birds. First cat was a tree cat. Cats were birds.
was the grand caddy of all modern kitties.
Grand Caddy.
So let's get into the modern cats. Let's start with the largest living cats over here on the Panthera branch. A few lions still live in a small part of India, but most lions roam the savannas of Africa. Lions live in social groups known as prides, where the bigger males patrol the territory and fight off rivals, while the smaller, sleeker females take care of the hunting and the cub kill.
My bad.
And as Kate wants me to point out, lions can be even bigger scavengers than hyenas. In some places, they actually steal more food than they hunt.
I feel like that's more due to, like, you know, their lack of food source and environmental loss from, again, humanity. It's always humanity, bro. We be fucking shit up, gang.
Tigers, on the other hand, mostly live in the forests of Asia, and they're usually solitary. They tend to be ambush hunters, using their stripy camouflage to blend into the grass before launching an attack on an unsuspecting ungulate. And lions and tigers can get together.
An ungulate? Say that one more time?
Launching an attack on an unsuspecting ungulate.
Hold on. Ungulate is a mammal that has hooves. Oh. So like a deer, or like a, well, I guess more in their environment it'd be like an antelope. Okay, I've never heard of an antelope described as an ungulate, but you know, we learn new words every day.
And lions and tigers can get together. Since felines tend to be much more genetically similar than other mammal families, that means that they can make hybrid babies together easier than other animals can. Perhaps the most
Ligers, bro. The fact, isn't it something that like lions and tigers can make ligers, but ligers then can't really have kids because they're like genetically fucked up.
famous example is the liger, the offspring of a male lion and a female tiger, which pretty much only happens in captivity. Ligers are huge, as big as the ancient smilodons, likely because the genes that limit growth in lions tend to come from the females. Tigons, which are the offspring of a female lion and a male tiger, look similar, but because of those genes, they're way smaller. Alright, let's build out this Panthera.
I didn't realize that ligers and tiger. I didn't really know that tigons were a thing. I knew ligers were a thing, but I didn't know. One second. Liger picture. Let's see. So yeah, this is a liger. I mean, this thing does look big as fuck. Yeah, I mean this thing looks fucking huge. But I've never heard of a tigon. I didn't know it was a different thing depending on which one was the male, which one was the female. Alright, well, he just looks, he got, you know. And this is just AI. Where's a tigon? That's gotta be, I don't believe that one. This one seems believable. If this is what they're saying a tigon is. It kind of looks smaller. It's kind of a bad angle, I feel like. I don't know. This is the one that looks the most believable so far. Oh shit, my face is in the way. It looks the most believable so far. And like, I don't know. I'm a little skeptical on it, but it does look like it's a lot smaller than fucking. Wait. This fucking beast. Fucking monster. Trying to get back in the right spot. There we go. Still in the wrong spot. There we go. Yeah, did not know that parental like which one is which even what parental gender mattered on if it was a liger or a tigon.
Branched a little bit more. Jaguars and leopards are confusingly similar. Here's how to tell them apart. Jaguars live in the Americas, while leopards live in Africa and Asia. And while jaguars have fur patterns known as rosettes that are large and have a central spot, leopard rosettes are smaller and don't have a spot in the middle.
I mean, is it kind of just as simple as if you're in southern Asia, then you're then running into a leopard, or if you're in South America, you're running into a jaguar? I mean, I guess it matters for if you're at a zoo, maybe. But, you know. So wait, what they're saying is that the jaguar has, like, circles with dots in the middle, and the leopard just has, like, circles?
Also, while any member of the Panthera branch with a black coat could be called a black panther, jaguars and leopards are the only species of big cats that regularly produce individuals with extra melanin. Confusingly, snow leopards aren't actually that closely related to leopards. They're more closely related to tigers. These rare cats do live in the snow, though, up in the Himalayas. where their bushy coat
The way they drew it is like it's so fuzzy and cute, and yet realistically, if you ran into one, you'd be terrified. Wasn't there something recently? And I'm pretty sure this was completely the lady's fault, but like someone got mauled by like a snow leopard for like the first time in history, and it was because she was like trying super hard to like she got super close to it to take a selfie with it. It was like you're literally asking for it at that point. Like, what are you doing?
coats and thick tail full of insulating fat help them survive the cold. Oh wait, there's also the clouded leopard, which split off from the rest of the Panthera branch a long time ago, so it's not that closely related to either the leopard or the snow leopard. This slightly smaller kitty, which also lives in Asia, is the best tree climber of all the big cats. Okay,
Oh, I feel like I've seen those in like movies. I knew it was a leopard, but it never really like registered to me. Like normally leopards are big as fuck, so why is there a tiny leopard? I always just thought it was like a cat, big cat.
let's head over to the branch that's more closely related to modern cats, the Feline branch. Let
Oh, we're getting close to the real kitties now. Before we was on some killers, now we get some cats.
start with the bay cat, one of the rarest cats in the world. This small kitty only lives on the island of Borneo, and so few have been observed in the wild that we're not even sure what they eat. The marbled cat lives in
I want one. The way they drew it is like a squirrel. Now I kind of want to like. See, this is the thing. Every time they show the picture, I kind of now want to look it up. The bay cat. Oh, what the fuck? Never mind. That looks scary as shit. Never fucking mind. This thing is terrifying. What the hell? No, what the... Bro, are you seeing this right now? Never mind. I lied. I don't want one. I was wrong. Bro, like, what the fuck? This thing is nightmare fuel. Going back to the Ligers. Yo, never mind, bro. My bad. That thing is scary.
and so few have been observed in the wild that we're not even sure what they eat. The marbled cat lives in Asia and looks like a mini clouded leopard, except that it has an extra
Even smaller?
long tail that helps it balance as it climbs through the trees. The serval has the longest legs of any cat relative to
I know there's people who have servals as pets. Serval, I feel like, is like one of the first ones I'm hearing that I'm like, oh, I think I've heard people have those as pets.
its body size.
It's still a bit much for me. You know what I mean? The way it like, and it was so very, I don't know. It's a bit much for me.
And it uses them to pounce on mice in the African savanna. The caracal, which lives across Africa and parts of Asia, is easily recognizable thanks to the long hairs on top of its ears. The tufts likely act as acoustic amplifiers, allowing the cat to hear small prey like birds nearby. The cod is so small it looks like a jaguar kitten. It prowls around the forests of Chile looking for its favorite food.
The cod. See, the problem is the picture of it looks so sweet, and then. Oh no, it is so sweet. Oh, it's probably so mean and deadly. Like, it'll probably maul the shit out of you. But he looks so cute.
A little bird known as the wet-wet. The oncilla is another itty-bitty South American cat. It uses its spots as camouflage while it hunts little prey like lizards. About 20% of oncillas, though, are totally black. That's likely because oncillas do most of their hunting at night.
It's because Ancillas are actually Eevees, and they're evolving between their Espeon and Umbreon form, obviously.
So the darker color also works well as camouflage. The margay is a small cat that lives in Mexico.
Huh! Gay!
In Central and South America. When the margay is hunting its favorite food, the tiny monkey known as the tamarin, it sometimes mimics the monkey's call to draw its prey closer before it pounces.
The cat be going like, whoop, 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 type shit.
There are a lot of ocelots down in the Amazon, and one of their go-to meals is mice. Ecologists think
The old Minecraft Ocelot, you know that one.
that their rodent-heavy diet actually helps the forest grow, as many of their victims leave stashes of buried seeds behind that, instead of getting eaten, germinate into new plants. The bobcats in North America are called bobcats because it looks like their tail was cut off, or bobbed, but no one really seems to know why that.
Bobcats, for a fact, do look fluffy and cute for a minute. And then I've seen bobcats in real life. And then, but like, again, get very scary very fast. But first glance, they do look just so cute.
It is. It's possible that there's no real evolutionary reason. Perhaps some mutation caused
They're like old men, but in cat form.
them to grow a short tail, and it didn't help or hurt, so it just sort of stuck around. Lynx are closely related to bobcats and share the same tiny tails. They also have cool facial ruffs that look like horseshoe mustaches.
Now I gotta see it. You're telling me Lynx got mustaches. He wasn't lying. Lynx got a stash. The Lynx. Hey, that's a good Fu Manchu, man.
The larger Eurasian lynxes love to eat roe deer. On average, each lynx takes down more than 60 deer every year. Okay,
Damn. Imagine being a deer just chilling and a lynx just comes out of fucking nowhere.
let's take a look at another bough of this branch of the feline tree. The cheetah, which lives across Africa and parts of Asia, can run
Bro,
faster
you know,
than any
I low-key thought this, but like out of big cats, I thought, because people always think like lion, tiger, cheetah. The cheetah does feel a lot more different than the liger and the lion and tiger do from each other.
bough of this branch of the feline tree.
I mean, I guess this proves it.
The cheetah, which lives across Africa and parts of Asia, can run faster than any other land animal because every part of a cheetah is optimized for speed. They have a flexible spine that acts like a coiled spring, a small aerodynamic head, and large lungs, and a tail that acts like a rudder when they turn at high speed. The puma is another record setter. It can leap distances of almost 40 feet, making it the best jumper in the animal kingdom.
See, I feel like specializing in jumping might have been a better idea than running. We're seeing where that's getting the cheetah now. But again, if human intervention didn't happen, it may have went differently.
Pumas live all over the Americas, and different people in different places call them everything from cougars to mountain lions to catamounts to panthers. The puma's closest relative is the jaguarundi of Central and South America, which is sometimes called an otter cat. That's because the jaguarundi not only looks like an otter, it also tends to live close to rivers and will even jump in and catch fish. Okay, let's check out the final part of the tree, the wild cats most closely related to our furry pets.
My gang, finally we're getting to the good part. We're gonna figure out what you is, Smudge. He's still just completely slumped.
The leopard cat looks like, well, like a tiny leopard. And while leopard cats are not the ancestors of modern domestic cats, there's evidence that long ago in China, some of them were kept as pets. This is a Pallas's cat. Its dense gray fur and low round ears make it look sort of like a grumpy smurf, but it's perfectly adapted to the cold plateau
I feel like I've seen people with these cats. Am I wrong? I feel like people have these, right?
of Mongolia and Tibet where it lives. In fact, when there's lots of snow around, it often sits with its paws on its tail to keep its little toesies warm. The tiny sand cat.
Wait, I want to look that one up. The palaces? Wait, so it is a wild cat? But it looks damn near like a house cat. Like it is just a fluffy little guy. Look at, one second, I move my face. He's just a fluffy little guy. I'm surprised. I mean, it makes sense that he's very close to being domesticated. You can tell from his fur, he like stays outside though. This because it's like got that warm kind of brush to it.
Cat has large ears relative to its size, allowing it to hear prey scurrying around in the North African desert from as far as half a kilometer away. Then there are the cats that are just called wild cats. The African and European species of wild cats are slightly larger than most modern domestic cats, but otherwise they look very similar. And that's no coincidence, since domestic cats are directly descended from wild cats.
See, if I lived somewhere where there was just wild cats, it would be my goal to tame one. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'd be like, I'm Mother Nature in this bitch. I'd be taming cats in the wild.
In fact, wild cats probably started habituating themselves to people around 10,000 years ago, around when humans first invented agriculture. Once we started storing things like grain, rodents moved in, and the wild cats likely followed soon after. Over the millennia, domestic cats started to differ from their wild cat ancestors. While wild cats almost exclusively eat meat, domestic cats are able to better digest plant matter in order to feed off of our scraps, and they become a little less skittish. One of the first places that we fell in love with our new feline companions was ancient Egypt.
You know, the Egyptians loved us with cats.
Egyptians literally worshipped cats, and the modern breed, known as Egyptian now, is likely to stem from those cats. Remember how I mentioned earlier that cat species can make hybrid babies more easily than other animals can? Well, the Bengal cat is the hybrid of a domestic cat, usually an Egyptian Mao, and a leopard cat. It's the only pet cat that has rosette markings.
Damn, I didn't know that. See, I mean, I guess I didn't know a lot of this video, but I didn't know Bengal cats are a breed of like a wild cat and a domestic cat.
And even though most Bengals are now the product of several generations of domestication, they're still illegal to own in some areas. Speaking of hybrids, there's also the Savannah cat, which is part serval and part domestic cat. Okay, let's get into
I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
some of the other domestic cat breeds.
Wait. Let's back that up a little bit. Which one do I think my Mr. Mubby is, right? So he's all black, but he's not. He doesn't have really short hair. He might be one of these mixed breeds, or it's just solid. I'm not gonna lie.
Ragdoll cats are known for their large size, long hair, blue eyes, and tendency to go limp when they get picked up. Ragdolls are sometimes called puppy cats, since they are super affectionate and quickly pick up tricks like retrieving. Maine Coons are the most popular cat breed, and the longest one. The longest domestic cat ever measured was a Maine Coon named Stewie, who stretched out to more than 4 feet from nose to tail.
I think people just really like the idea of having a really big cat. Like, if people could domesticate tigers, I think they fully would. But they're too scared of dying. You know what I mean? But if you could 100% guarantee that it wouldn't slice the shit out you probably would. You know what I mean?
In addition to their size, Maine Coons also often exhibit polydactylism, that is, extra toes, since the gene associated with it is common among their breed. Scottish Folds are instantly recognizable thanks to the very cute way their ears bend down over their heads. 2 of Taylor Swift's cats are Scottish Folds. Unfortunately, that fold is due to a genetic condition that causes cartilage to grow abnormally, and that means that pretty much all Scottish Folds also develop arthritis. The American Shorthair is the descendant of working cats that came over to the U.S. from Europe on ship.
This could be you, Smudge. This could be you, buddy. You could be a working cat.
Including the Mayflower, and were tasked with protecting the cargo from mice and snakes. British Shorthair is the most popular cat breed in England, and it's a relatively chunky boy. It's got a thick build and a wide face that makes it look super content. No wonder it was the inspiration for the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland. Siamese cats have a triangular face, long ears.
I know he's not Siamese. After his description, I don't think he's a British one, though, because he doesn't have really thick face. I'm also really glad I don't have anybody British living with me, man. That would kind of fuck me up.
And an elongated, slender body. Their distinct color pattern is due to the fact that all Siamese cats are sort of temperature-controlled albinos. The warmer parts of the cat end up as white, while the cooler parts are pigmented. Persian cats are easy to identify due to their long hair, short legs, and extremely flat faces. In the movie Austin Powers, Dr. Evil's cat, Mr. Bigglesworth, was originally played by a Persian cat, but when Mr. Bigglesworth comes back from being cryogenically frozen, he's bald. They didn't shave the Persian, though. Instead, they swapped it out for a Sphinx cat, which is naturally hairless.
Oh, I thought... No, yeah, it is the Sphinx cat. For some reason, I was getting Siamese and Sphinx mixed up.
Mutation. Turkish Angoras look very similar to Persian cats, except that their faces are not nearly as flat. Angoras are more likely than other cats to be heterochromatic, meaning that they have different colored eyes. The Devon Rex is a small kitty with a short curly coat and wide-set ears, which to me makes it look like a mischievous kitty from a fairy tale. It kind of looks like the sort of cat a pixie would have. The long and lean Abyssinians look pretty regal with their beautiful coats, but they're known as the jokesters of the cat world due to their playfulness and actual interest in human company. Norwegian forest cats have long fur and dense water resistance.
See, the way they describe that cat's personality would match Smudge, but the look isn't there.
Undercoats that keep them warm as they play in the snow. Despite their bulk, these cats are great climbers. But the vast majority of cats out there aren't purebred. They're the feline equivalent of mutts. You might have heard these cats referred to as domestic shorthair.
Smudge, you might be a mutt, buddy. You're really looking like that top middle one.
Hairs or long hairs, unless you're British. If so, you probably call them moggies. And since there's no real selection in these cats for specific appearance genes, these kitties come in all sorts of colors and patterns. Let's go through a few of them. A tabby is any mixed breed with a striped pattern on its coat. Approximately 80% of domestic cats are tabbies. It turns out that the stripy genes cats inherited from their feline ancestors are pretty strong. That said, there are lots of other color patterns too, including solid color cats, which are usually black. Black cats are often associated with bad luck and witchcraft, mostly thanks to a religious text from the Middle Ages that associated them with the devil.
Nah, Smudge is in bad luck. Not kind of wood, obviously, but Smudge, I don't think Smudge is bad luck.
All calico cats are female, because that orange, white, and black pattern is linked to the X chromosome. The name comes from the Indian city of Calicut, which is famous for its colorful printed fabrics. Tortoiseshell cats are also female, again because the genes that control the orange and black pattern are on the X chromosome. But unlike calicos, they are way less white, and the colors tend to be more blended, like those on a tortoise's shell. Bicolor cats have just two colors, often black and white. Occasionally this pattern forms so that the kitty looks like it's wearing socks or a dress shirt. In fact, the tuxedo version of the bicolor cat is the basis for Mr. Mistopheles, the magical cat in the musical Cats. The feline family makes for an amazing catalog of cats. We love our cats here.
I think he finished going off. Oh, I see that one on the bottom left looks like my cat. I think he finished going over all the cats. It was a good video. I feel like I learned a lot about the cats. You know what I mean? I mean, we did 100% ping what Smudge was, but I think we got a solid idea. Bro, somebody needs to drop like a cat ancestry. You know what I mean? I would totally do that. Cat ancestry. I've never even done real ancestry, but I would do cat ancestry for sure. But yeah, that was definitely a really cool video. I'm glad I know more about the cats, nor my little guy, who's still completely, he's knocked out right now. I brought him to play with some other cats yesterday, so I think he's just tired. He's playing all night. But we're about to move on to the next one, so if you're watching the YouTube video after, thank you guys for watching. Drop a sub, and let me know anything else you might want me to react to. Thank you.